Hello everyone, and so I'm not on. Hello everyone and welcome into Miami Ice Arena here in Kendall, Florida. It's the first set of games for the Miami Hurricanes in the 2026 slate. And they're facing a new foe, the Jacksonville University Dolphins, coming out of Jacksonville, a program that just started this past summer in 2025. But the Hurricanes coming in to this one at the ACDC level, as well as Jacksonville, a team who has really started off strong, recruited a strong fan base, as we'll see here tonight. A packed house here at Miami Ice Arena. We'll have all the coverage right here at Miami Ice Arena. I'm Connor Stein, calling all of it for you. We apologize for any technical difficulties we may have with the massive people here. We are dealing with Wi-Fi issues, so we will try our best to keep our steady connection and hopefully give you a clear product on the ice. Jacksonville possesses the puck here as Phillips will retreat behind his net. A lot of newcomers here for the University of Miami Hurricanes. That puck goes into the netting. Miami welcomes 5 newcomers, 2 being goaltenders, and we'll see 2 tonight. 1 in this ACDC game with Jacksonville University. That's Max Hausman, number 39 between the pipes, and then it'll be Kyle Bulduck, who will take on the D2 FAU team with Miami's D3 ACHA team, So lots of new faces for Miami. As here come the Hurricanes, right in, and that is a good save there. The puck bounces in front. Rocket able to get it to Gupta. Gupta, his first game here in the Hurricanes uniform in 2026, the senior coming out of New Hampshire. And another newcomer, Jack Ferratino, not able to keep that puck as Jacksonville pressures it. Gupta will backhand it the other way. Picked back up, though, by Muth, who stumbles, and the puck goes back down. Hard hit into the near side corner, and that will be a penalty on Owen Gupta. So the senior from Bedford, New Hampshire, already in some penalty trouble in his first game of the 2025-2026 season as he gets a roughing call. And just like that, the Dolphins, with 1:20 shaved off the clock here in the first period, will head on the power play. It'll be Pellini taking the face-off. It's won back by Jacksonville. Pellini, there's 2 brothers here for them. It's going to be Greg Pellini and James Pellini, who are both on this power play line for Jacksonville. A point try that is sent aside off a Hurricane stick. High circle, it goes down low with the assistant captain of the Dolphins. Back now at the point. Pellini with a distance try, gobbled up there by the newcomer, Max Hausman. So we mentioned all those new faces. Jack Staples also going to get some reps tonight as well. Greg Goldman, you'll see, wearing number 88 as the Hurricanes get ready for a new year of ECHA hockey. Puck won back by Jacksonville, but it's an errant pass. Giving chase is Diagardi. He's unable to find the puck, and it ends back on the Dolphin stick. Pellini trickles past the blue line. Really go cross-ice pass. Good defense on the blue line for the Hurricanes. But the Dolphins will look to set up, but they can't connect, so that puck will be forced to be reset. Good job by Diagardi on the far boards, trying to disrupt. But the Dolphins are able to find their way back in the zone. Ricky Castricani rings it around the glass. Kept in by Pelini. Zadakis will clear the zone for the Hurricanes, and they go to make a wholesale change. So fresh skaters on for the Hurricanes and the Dolphins. 30 seconds remain on the roughing call for Gupta. As here come Pedri. Pedri with a try and gloved by Hausman. A lot of Hurricanes fans that have been watching for a long time might be expecting me to say Max Hoffman, but he's currently absent. It's just the two newcomers so far on the team. So they will look to try to get up on the right foot against a pesky Jacksonville team. A little saucer pass that goes off a Hurricane stick and finds its way back to neutral ice. Salvi pulls on the brakes. Now at the point, penalty expires on Gupta, back to 5-on-5. Salvi with a great shot block, broken stick by Hoffman, and now a stretch pass here for Koo, but it's going to be delayed offside as the Hurricanes have to retreat. So a good opening penalty kill just minutes into the game here for the Hurricanes. A try sent aside, and Koo tries to relay it up the boards. Puck goes into the near corner. Two Hurricanes on. It's going to be Brandon Stein and Skinger. Puck really iced right now between the Jacksonville skate, but able to get freed up for Lent. Lentz gets that poke checked as Koo tries to battle for it. Miami was in a midst of a change, and the puck goes down the ice. There's Matt Rocket, his first appearance in a Hurricane uniform. He was on the Division III team last year in the AAU level, but he took a semester break, now back out for the Hurricanes as Owen Gupta crosses the blue line. Takes a try near side, and it's gloved up by Connor Ross out of Syracuse, New York, getting the start tonight for the Dolphins. So an offensive zone draw for Miami. Puck won by Jacksonville. And here they come with some numbers. Good poke check there by Miami. Puck whisked down in the far corner. Now behind the net it goes. 5 minutes shaved off here in the first period of play. Your score 0-0. Diagardi able to fend off a couple of Finns, but Gupta couldn't quite clear the puck. Behind the net now, it's the Dolphins. Now at the point. Puck blocked. Miami can't find the puck in the feet. It somehow ends up backhanded back at the near side. Gloved, tried to get gloved attempt there by Hausman. And the puck is cleared out of the zone, this time by Christian Lopez, another newcomer for the Hurricanes. 14:20 remains here in the first period. Both teams making changes, but so far you can tell that these two teams are very equally matched. But an interesting thing about this Jacksonville team is they just took on UNF last night in their home rink up in Jacksonville. Won that one convincingly. It was 7-2, the final score, winning the Battle of Jacksonville. And now they get right back on a bus coming down, I'd say, about 5 hours and come to play the University of Miami Hurricanes here in Kendall. But not an easy trip, but they do not look jet-lagged at all. In the slot it goes. A great blocker save there by the newcomer, Hausman. That puck's turned back over. Slot try. Once again sent aside. Miami still unable to deflect it away. kept in by Jacksonville. They've been parading Max Hausman, but he's been up for the test so far. Another puck put on, another blocker save. 13:30 remains in Miami, able to finally clear the puck out. That time it was Jack Staples, but it will be an icing on the Hurricanes as they were just trying to get out of their own zone and make a change. They were able to get that change off. But man, has Max Hausman done a good job of keeping the pipes clean, making sure that nothing gets past him so far. And it does look like Miami's going to be forced to keep the same guys on the ice. A little confusion there. Miami made the change prior to the icing. Most of the time, the officials make the players stay on the ice when it's iced. So it does look like that's going to be the case. They're going to put all the players that were on the ice originally before the change. So another offensive zone draw for Jacksonville. Miami tries to clear it out, but it's kept in at the blue line. Puck sent up high, but gloved up there by the goaltender, Hausman. So now Miami gets the chance to make the change that they were looking for. 13:18 remains here in the first. Skinger loses that draw. Pelini able to find it over to Sullivan. Sullivan down low. Zdakis there. Creeping up was Sullivan, but he lost the puck. Now in the far corner. Down low it goes. Surveying. Finds a good shot angle, but it goes wide. Miami having a tough time getting out of their own ends as Castricani gets that puck stuck in the official's skates. Puck kept in by Pelini, but it was just outside the blue line. As Jacksonville has had a ton of offensive zone time, looking to get out of their own end now. Pedri gets it up ahead for Muff. Going back to play it is Hausman. Zdakis, the senior from Chicago, has had so much experience on this team. Would not be surprised to see him in multiple games. As here comes Rafael Morin. Oh, a great blocker save by the goaltender. Miami pressuring now. Able to find some offensive pressure of their own. Morin, who's done so well at this ACDC level. He's got 3 goals so far this year. Moved from New Jersey 5 years ago. Called Miami home ever since. Decided, hey, I'll lace it up for the hometown team. As that puck gets sticked into the netting. But Rafael Morin would definitely be a name if you are watching to keep an eye on. He's been all over the ice so far in 2025. We'll see if he'll be able to do so in 2026 here for the Hurricanes as well. Puck one ahead. Salvi got tangled up with Brandenstein, and they're going to get Brandenstein for a hold. So as he was trying to get in the zone, we'll see if we'll be able to catch us on the replay. No, we just got the aftermath there, but as he was trying to get in the zone, Brandenstein just held onto him just a little bit too much. So that's 2 penalties in less than 10 minutes for Miami as they look to kill another one off here. But this is a time for Jacksonville to, hey, maybe look, let's maybe get on the board here, try to chip and get a lead as Jacksonville gets at the blue line, but it's sticked away. Here comes Staples in, backhand and score! A nifty goal from a newcomer. Jack Ferratino, with a nifty backhand move. His first of his collegiate career, and Miami on the shorthands. Gets on the board. So already some of those newcomers making an impact, even on the penalty kill. And Ferrino Tino does a good job getting himself on the board, looking very comfortable at the AC/DC level. Now here comes Jacksonville back on the power play. Rafael Morin will play with it and shoot it down past the blue line. And Gupta will play it behind the net. Kept in, though, by Parolin. A little dish to the near side circle. Got deflected off a Hurricane stick. Morin tried to free it. Little cross-ice pass that it couldn't go. Puck now behind the net. Just 40 seconds remain on the man advantage for Jacksonville. An excellent job on offense there by Jacksonville. Tried to get it far side, near side on that attempt, but it was too strong into the netting. Just over 30 seconds remain here in the power play. But Miami, they've started 2026 on the right foot, opening up the scoring from one of the newcomers. One of the things that Coach Tomamello wanted to see out of his group, as Jacksonville gets called for offside. The bench is not happy about it. Derek Lodomir, former Jacksonville Iceman out of the the ECHL, I should say. Minor league hockey, but pro hockey at that. So they definitely have one of their own, and a local hockey player up in Jacksonville leading this program, so you can definitely tell why it's going in the right direction. As here comes Jacksonville past the blue line. Puck gets taken away by Zadakis. Koo does a little turnaround pass. It gets intercepted. Parolin comes in. At the high slot it goes. Goes just past the pad of Hausman and pushed out there by Brandenstein as the penalty expired. So as he comes out of the box, makes a good defensive play at the blue line and forces Jacksonville out of the zone. And Jacksonville was missing of a change, so they turned the puck over on their own ends. Good shot by the Hurricanes, who caught Jacksonville sleeping, making a change. Miami makes a change of their own as Koo steps off the ice. Brandenstein gets it down low as Gupta takes a little chip. Gets it into the far corner. And it's turned over. Rocket with a try, goes wide. Parker Gupta, who's also done well as a freshman. And a good job by Brandenstein finding some space. Just patted away. Rocket now behind the net. Gets that puck taken away by Muff. He loses that puck, but able to find it again as the Dolphins. Pedri pulls on the brakes, takes the near side try, but it hits the net. Just under 8 minutes remaining here in the first. Pedri in the far corner. Gets it behind the net. Another near-sided shot that just couldn't get through for the Dolphins, so it gets forced back to neutral ice. Gupta now will relay it behind the net. And we talked about it, that Miami A lot of newcomers, and Jacksonville being a newcomer themselves, so this is just a game of newcomers. Both these teams playing each other for the first time at the ACDC level of the ACHA. As a backhanded try is intercepted by Matt Rocket. And up ahead it goes for Parker Gupta. That's Ferratino. Ferratino has the goal for the Hurricanes today. Zips it inside, couldn't find Hisu on the back door. And now Miami late on the back check. That's a 2-on-1 for Jacksonville. A little wraparound attempt, and the slide goes. A great blocker attempt and a great save by Hausman. My goodness, has he had himself a first period. Phillips now on the near boards. Gets it behind to Diagardi. Diagardi will try to play the puck. Kept in momentarily by Shara Burek as Miami made the change. Now Phillips, the defenseman, will step up. Tries to get through the slot, but a good defensive play by both of those Dolphins. Puck goes far side. Phillips, once again, being very persistent as a defenseman as Miami makes a change. Delayed offside, waved off as Zadakis will collect the puck. Zadakis using his speed. Gets pickpocketed though, just past the blue line, and is forced to reset. 5:30 remains here in the first period. Once again, we apologize for the no time on the score bug. Seems like we're having pretty solid connection as that puck goes down the ice for an icing on the Hurricanes, but we've had our fair share of issues from Wi-Fi, so we're just trying our best here to give you the clearest coverage. But man, this is the most packed I would say that it's felt here at not Kendall Ice Arena, newly Miami Ice Arena with the new ownership. And folks, it's an interesting time for the Miami program. They got all the newcomers, and with that, they also have new ice coming in as well. Thanks to the new owners of the Miami Ice Arena, you're going to see a massive U with Sebastians on the far side circle and the near side circle as well. So it's going to be a whole rink transformation that we're really going to see in front of our eyes. And the next game that Miami plays is the 30th. So look out for that one, and you're going to see a whole new look of what is now Miami Ice Arena. Puck played with Pelini, comes in and whisks it wide. Matt Rocket tries to get it ahead as Miami can't quite get a hang of it. In the slot it goes. A little backhands as there was a delayed penalty here on Jacksonville as they touch it up. It's going to be interference on Shane Sullivan, the assistant captain out of Jacksonville. So he'll go sit for 2 minutes thanks to his interference behind the play. So Miami with a chance to extend their lead here on their power play. They send out Skinger, Morin, and Koo on that line. Near side faceoff. Now Morin finds it in front. It found its way into the blue paint, but gets sent all the way down the ice by Ross. 20 seconds shaved off. 4 minutes remain here in the first. Miami leading 1-0 over the Dolphins. A little saucer pass. Morin able to find the puck. Now it's Phillips. Tried to find Brennenstein, who's kind of a hybrid. High stick waved off. Brennenstein can kind of play both. He has the attributes of a defenseman, but he also can play as a forward. It looks like that's what Coach Tomamello is kind of utilizing on this power play. He wants a guy that can play both, but it looks like he's playing as more of a traditional forward here. But you'll see now he's kind of scooting back behind the play. Miami goes to make it one change. Miami really can't get it past the blue line as Diagardi will get it behind. Here comes Ferratino. Ferratino pulls on the brakes, far circle. Gets it down low for Diagardi. Diagardi feels some pressure from Blas. Miami able to find the puck back. Skinger at the point, back to Ferratino. Ferratino, far circle. Pulls on the, back to Castricani. Castricani down low to Brandenstein. Brandenstein with a near try. The second attempt was whiffed on by Skinger, and he couldn't find a grasp on it. Good job there by Janowski. Let's clear the puck as Miami makes a change. Ferratino tries to get it ahead, but gets in some trouble, and Jacksonville will clear it. The penalty on Jacksonville expires. There's the interference on Sullivan as here comes Ferratino again. Ferratino, near circle, with a little spinorama pass to Zedeikis, who gets it behind the net. Under 2 minutes remain here in the first period. Now here come the Dolphins. Goes back to neutral ice as Lent is able to get it past the red line and shoot it all the way down. Now Jacksonville tries to get past the blue line. Skinger behind the net now. Now this game has really slowed down a lot here as both teams look like they've kind of maxed out a little bit. Just a minute remaining until the intermission as Pellini comes in. Tries to dish it across in the slot, but he gets blown up. A hard physical hit as icing is waved off. There's a stick on the ice. It's a Miami Hurricane stick. Castricani able to find Koo. Koo now with Staples. Staples tries to go through a couple of Dolphins, but gets poked away. Now it's Namov. Namov finds some trouble too in the Hurricanes' defensive front. And Hisu gets it through neutral ice. Now Jacksonville possessing it. Pellini couldn't quite find the puck, and Miami has really controlled the time of possession ever since the first 10 minutes really went by, as Hisu takes a hard hit in the near boards. Now it's leaving the zone is Jonathan Lent with a last chance effort. No offside called. 2 seconds remain. The drop pass, and clock expires. Miami up 1-0 here after the first period of play, thanks to the newcomer Jack Ferratino making his presence known here early on this Miami Hurricanes AC/DC roster. So a Miami Hurricanes team that'll feel good heading into the first intermission, but lots more to look forward to. You won't want to miss it right here on the University of Miami Hockey Network. We'll be back for the second period of action right after this. Hello, everyone, and welcome back into Miami Ice Arena here in Kendall, Florida. It's the University of Miami ACDC matchup with the Jacksonville University Dolphins. Live here in Kendall. Miami up 1-0 thanks to a backhanded goal from Jack Ferratino, the freshman newcomer, who came in and made his presence known in the first period. And Jacksonville had a very strong start in that first period. Weren't able to capitalize on either one, and Miami actually got a short-handed goal off the stick of Jack Ferratino. So Jacksonville will look to reset and try to respond, and Miami will look to try to strengthen this lead here at the Miami Ice Arena. The center circle, it's Skinger and Janowski. Puck won back by Miami as we get set here for the second period of action. Puck gets ricocheted off the official. A little backhanded attempt whisked away by Jacksonville. Put on the brakes is backhanded try put on net in the blue paint, but it's taken away by Miami. Skinger at the far boards gets overpowered by Sullivan, and the Dolphins will skate through. Perlini trying to get that one on. Perlini couldn't quite find the puck as it's chipped ahead by Nathan Koo. Behind the net now is Hausman. Perlini now at the blue paint, able to lose that puck, and it's up ahead now for Miami. San Angelo tries to get the puck in the slot to Gupta, but it's taken away by Muth. Muth looking for some assistance. Able to find some in the slot. They score! Jacksonville gets on the board and ties this one up. This time, it's the captain, Golietta, out of Jacksonville. And this one's all tied up here, folks. Apologize for not having that replay there. But this one's all tied up here at 1. Not the start of the period that Miami wanted, as the captain for the Dolphins gets on the board and finally beats Hausman, who had a great first period. He was doing all kinds of acrobatic saves. As this puck able to get won by Pedri, who gets it inside. At the high slot, it goes with the Dolphins, and that one shot up high. Muth that time. Muth was just waiting there in the high slot, found the puck on his stick, and was able to real estate and got it a little bit too strong into the netting. Muth able to get it past the blue line. Puck kept in by Jacksonville at the near circle. Pedri couldn't quite find the puck as Hisu comes through. He had Diagardi with him. As Jacksonville comes out of their own end. 17-19 remains here in the second period of Golietta And Miami now in a tied game here with Jacksonville. Hisu able to get it up ahead, takes a hard hit, but able to find the puck and neutral ice is Diagardi. Loses that puck. Puck is sent down low. Gupta couldn't quite find it. Staples able to get the near side puck. I mentioned it in the first period, but I'll mention it again. It's quite remarkable that Jacksonville was playing again. Persistent they are, how they want to come down and just play, and they've done a great job here tonight, tying it up at 1 of the ACDC level. Reminder, there is no playoffs at the ACDC level, but it's kind of a developmental league from the ACHA as they try to kind of just build the sport a little bit more. ACHA's done a good job of kind of being the main governing body, as here comes Jacksonville on a shorthanded, on a odd man attempt, and they score. And as I was saying, being persistent, that's a word that would be put well with this team. Just 4 minutes in here, into the second period, Jacksonville now with the lead. That time it was Nick Namoff, the assistant captain. So a captain and an assistant captain. Miami comes out a little bit slow, and Jacksonville takes advantage. Now here come the Dolphins right back. Behind the net, that puck gets intercepted by Brennenstein. Koo wasn't looking behind him, so he couldn't find the puck. He tries to find it. Puck backhanded. Pellini. Puck is harshly sent down the ice. Icing waved off as Koo was waiting there. As Phillips able to get it down to Morin. Morin now behind the net. Back now to Skinger. Skinger tried to find Zdakis, who was fading into the slot, but it was disrupted. Skinger now. Phillips. Puck gets sent. Retreating it is the Jacksonville Dolphins, but it gets put out of play. But the picture-perfect start that Derek Ludemir's team was looking for right out of the gate. 2 goals scored in 4 minutes or so. Both from leadership of this Dolphin team, who really has propelled itself here in the second period. Puck sent behind the net. Janowski now behind the net. Backhanded attempt is taken back by Miami and Zdakis. Janowski pulls on the brakes of the blue line. He's got Verratino draped over him, but it's sent down. Now at the far corner, it's Zdakis. Zdakis got that puck deflected. Jacksonville was in the midst of kind of a change, and then they were back persistent on it. Now in the slot it goes, but Miami couldn't find a good grip on the puck. Jacksonville goes to make a change as Miami tries to get some kind of offense going. They've really struggled this period as that's down for an icing. They just really haven't had the start of the period that they've been looking for whatsoever. Jacksonville has answered the challenge and come out with 2 goals of their own and really flipped this game on its head. as Miami tries to find a way to get out of their own end. Ferrantino taking on Pellini. Pellini gets it inside. It's in the blue paint, somehow smothered up there by the true freshman Max Hausman. He just found that puck, got it right between the pads. And Miami escapes another offensive scare from Jacksonville. So far circle face-off in the offensive zone for Jacksonville. One back momentarily, but Miami was fighting for it. A hard hit. Laying down that time, it was Lopez. Miami had struggles there. Rocket picks up behind the net. With him is Cinemo. As here comes Diagardi, who gets that puck stripped. Blas now gets past the blue line. Rocket able to recollect for the Hurricanes. Diagardi will give chase. Hard hit down low as both teams were trying to just get the puck out of the far corner. And here comes Lent. Lentz tries to split the defenders, and a good job defensively by Staples for Miami. Here comes Castricani, the traditional defenseman. Gets caught offside with Morin. So an offensive opportunity for Miami erased. It's about 8 minutes shaved off here in the second period. You can definitely tell that Jacksonville's gone back to the way that things have gone for them. Their high-scoring team, obviously with those 7 goals last night against UNF. So they're coming in with some confidence, and they've really taken it to Miami here in the second period, as Miami's looking to try to just chip back in as Morin tries to get that one centered. Skinger loses that puck. Kappas had it momentarily for the Dolphins, but it gets taken away by Morin. Morin with a shot blockered aside by Ross. Now Koo in the far corner. Gupta able to keep it in momentarily, but the puck gets sent back to neutral ice. Brendan Stein gets it out of harm's way. Both teams having a tough time finding the puck. Pushing and shoving, it's been a relatively non-violent game so far, as Skinger whisks one wide. We've seen flashes of physicality from these two teams, but they've done a good job of keeping their emotions in check. You can tell that the first period was definitely a filling out period, seeing what each team could really offer. And then the second period, it seems like Jacksonville really adjusted well. They came out, obviously, with a plan, came back with 2 clapbacks of their own, as both teams make changes. Staples now in, take it against Pellini. Puck sent all the way towards us. Right in is the Dolphins. They get that puck missed. Miami tries to find it back. A little spinorama pass that's too strong, so the puck goes to neutral ice. Janowski will give chase for the Dolphins. And Shara Burek will take it back for Miami in their defensive zone. San Angelo gooped in out the far side. Gupta tries to find a centering pass, but it was disrupted by Jacksonville, and now they got numbers. It's a 4-on-1. Here comes Jacksonville in the slot, and a tremendous save by Max Hausman and some extracurriculars. We were just talking about the physicality, and here comes that physicality that we were talking about. Some pushing and shoving going back and forth. Looks like we'll see what the officials do. Seems like it was pretty even split. It looks like they're going to get 2 Dolphins at least. Zedekis looks to be heading to the box as well. I saw Nathan Stromik's jersey. Couldn't quite see who the other Dolphin was. As the officials now trying to sort things out here. Just under 10 minutes remaining here in the second period. This is not what we saw a lot of in the first period. We did not see a lot of that back and forth, of the physicality and things like that, but a little bit more of that here. Both teams trying to get things sorted out. That's the scorekeeper, Vincent, getting clarified from the official, trying to figure out exactly what's going on. It looks like Vincent trying to get things sorted out as the officials are now going over to the Jacksonville bench. But as things look right now, it looks like it's going to be a Miami power play. All of Miami's players, they got 5 on the ice now. It looks like it is going to be a 5-on-4. Probably hear more from our PA announcer as well on what exactly happened, but regardless, Miami now going on the man advantage. They quickly lose the draw, and the puck is sent down. I'd like to apologize. Kyle Buduk has been in the pipes the entire night, as here comes the Hurricanes. It's a new look for these Hurricanes. A lot of newcomers and a little confusion on my end. I apologize in advance. As that puck gets pickpocketed at the blue line. Here comes Muff, able to split the 2 defenders, and Rocket able to take him down. Bulldog wasn't looking, in a little accidental goal there as it finds its way in the back of the net. It went off the back pad of Kyle Buduk, and Jacksonville takes a 2-goal lead. It's 3-1. So it was Brandon Muth from Woodbury, Minnesota, who got kind of a little dirty goal there. One of the ones that you don't see all too often, but Jacksonville will absolutely take it. As Phillips goes behind the net. What a poor timing though for Miami. They had the power play and then just a poorly played situation in their own end ends up in a shorthanded goal for Jacksonville. Now they're in a 2-goal hole opposed to 1. That's Ferrantino. Behind the net he goes. He's got the only goal for Miami tonight. Phillips in the near circle. Tries to get it through the slot. Ferrantino at the high circle. Goes back to the point. Takes a shot. Slap shot try. Puck gets let into the slot. Picked back up by Zidakis. A little board-to-board pass that picked back up by Miami. Phillips at the high circle. Shot sent wide. 3 seconds remaining. Last-ditch effort by Zidakis and a great penalty kill by the Dolphins. They end up getting a shorthanded goal and killing off Miami's power play. This has really just been the period of the Dolphins as Miami's tried to kind of combat this offense that has really sprung free here in the second period. Blas able to get behind the Miami defense as Skinger will go ahead. And the try from the blue line is patted aside there by Bolduc. And all teams are in the midst of making a change, so Kyle Bolduc will just make a cover. 6:50 remains here in the second period. But if you're Miami and Coach Tomamello's squad, you got to look, hey, maybe we want to start chipping into this because this really was a completely flipped script. 3 unanswered goals for Jacksonville. As Koo tries to get it off the faceoff, ends up getting sprung free. Now Rocket now. Skinger at the high circle. Whisks it wide. The backhand attempt by Koo. Another attempt from Morin that's patted away. Another attempt from Miami's offense. All denied by the Dolphins. And it'll be a delayed penalty here. It's going to be a cross-check. We'll see who it's on exactly. Looks like it's going to be on Jacksonville. Just waiting to see exactly who it is. But now another chance for Miami on the power play to try to just chip into this lead that has happened all of a sudden for the Dolphins. Zach Kappas, the guilty party there on the cross-check. Miami looking to just get anything going offensively here as they try to set up a play as Castricani discussing things as well. Ferrantino, the near boards, puts on the brakes, goes back to Castricani, back to Ferrantino, near side. Castricani, Ferrantino, they got to start spreading this out. They get it up to Zidakis. Now, he tries to find Brandenstein as Ferrantino takes Zidakis' position. Now Zidakis playing on the right side. Castricani tried to split 2 Jacksonville defenders and a close call for the official there. As that puck goes down. Giving chase to it is Pedri. He caused a little miss up for Miami as that was a hard hit on Castricani. Now Pelini will just say, hey, I'll take this as I do. But Castricani does a good job gloving it down. Castricani now tries to split the defenders. A big hit in the slot. Diagardi now. Brandenstein in the far corner. 30 seconds remain here in the man advantage for Miami. A little dish pass to Phillips, excuse me. A one-timer try. Oh my goodness, what a chance for Diagardi, who couldn't find it on his stick. He had it there for a second, it just went too strong. I don't think he was expecting the puck, that's why it was just not strong enough off the stick. A little misdirection, as that will just about do it. What a great kill by the Dolphins. Plenty of good opportunities for Miami there. Both teams make changes, as Diagardi, who was oh so close on his last goal attempt, gives chase. Now it's Jacksonville. Bolduc plays it behind the net, and Hisu will play it. Now it's Lent coming across the blue line on the near side. Good job by Lent to keep the puck, but he gets poke checked by Parker Gupta. And Rocket finds it on his stick. We just got 3 minutes remaining here. A reminder, we'll have an intermission interview with one of the newcomers of this Miami team. We don't know who yet, but we'll be here. I'll be on the headset with him as we dissect this busy second period of action that has been all Dolphins. Puck one ahead. Namoff gets poke checked. Blas able to find it for the Dolphins. And it's intercepted by Phillips momentarily. A try sticked aside by Bolduc. Henry Skinger finally exits the Hurricane zone, but he gets poke checked as well. Sue couldn't find the puck. And now if you're Miami, it's going to turn to one of those things where can you play a good enough of a third period to turn the tide? As Morin, one takes a spill, Skinger with a try. An empty net as Ross was all the way out of his crease. Miami was able to get a good chance there. Morin couldn't find it. Gupta now for Skinger. A little miscommunication with Koo there, as here come the Dolphins. And that shot saved by Bolduc. That time it was Giulietta who had the goal, the opening goal for the Jacksonville Dolphins here in the second period. It kind of led to this spiral of goals that they've had. Antonio Pedri able to win it back. Muff gets it on net. And Sullivan will get it back to neutral ice. Over a minute to go here in a period that's been all Dolphins, as we've talked about so much. They've just really found their feet under them and really just controlled possession and done a good job, as here comes the Dolphins with one more offensive attack. They try to get one and roof one there, but it was too high, as Janowski will collect it. 45 seconds remain. Muff now crosses the blue line. Push it back to Pellini with a one-timer. Denied. Sullivan with an attempt, also patted away by Bolduc. And that one that time hits the official. 20 seconds remain now. Pellini dishes it across. Puck now in the slot. Back to the far circle. It twiddles in front. It finds its way in the back of the net, but it's blown dead. It was initially saved by Kyle Bullduk. The Jacksonville Dolphin that was on the doorstep couldn't find it. It was wide open right there, but the official thought it was covered up, and it looks like they're going to get Antonio Pedri, who was on the doorstep, and Owen Gupta for 2 penalties. So it's going to be 4. Excuse me, they're going to keep this. They're going to keep this 5-on-5, I believe. We'll see what the officials do exactly. But for now, it's Gupta and Pedri in the box. 6.4 seconds remain here in the second period. And it does look like it's going to be a 4-on-4, as I thought. Fellini wins it back for Janowski with one last attempt. A good stick save by Bullduk, and that'll do it for the second period. It's been all Dolphins here in the second as Miami looks to regroup. But the Dolphins, something to smile about as they're up 2 here in the second period. We'll have a intermission interview with one of the newcomers of this Miami team. So stay tuned for that. We'll take a quick break and be back for that right after this. Stay tuned for that. We'll see you soon. Hello everyone and welcome back into Miami Ice Arena here in Kendall, Florida. A huge period for the Jacksonville Dolphins. Ends up putting the score at 3-1 here in Kendall. It was all Dolphins in the last period who really just displayed a ton of offense, really just possessed the puck for most of the period. Ended up putting 3 unanswered up on Miami. And now your score is 3-1. We are still on a 4-on-4 with Owen Gupta and Pedri in the box, as Miami looks to try to chip in to this lead that Jacksonville has really found themselves comfortable in. Castricani able to send that one down. Icing is waved off. Janowski will play catch with it. Sullivan able to get it out of the zone. Polini over for Naumov, and that puck is sent away. Phillips now. Miami makes a change. Brandon Stein, 1-on-2, takes a shot and a glove save by Ross. Ross has had a pretty good night himself. Scoreless second period for him. Did a good job. Wasn't really tested too much, but he's done a good job between the pipes thus far. Just under a minute remains in those 4-on-4s. Puck behind the net now. A great little nifty move by the captain. Penalty expires on the 4-on-4. And Morin tried to give chase to it on neutral ice. He ends up getting it back, but it gets stripped. As here comes Ferrantino. Has the only Hurricanes goal tonight. A sharp shot through the slot and a little stick save there. We'll see. Watch. Good job by Ferrantino. Able to somehow muscle through all of those Dolphin defenders. Just airmailed the shot a little bit too much. And now it's an offensive zone drill for Miami. And a false start, so on both parties. Puck won back by Stromick. Puck now neutral ice. And Skinger right in. Oh my goodness, what an attempt there. It was a little bit of a slow-moving play trying to get out of the zone. You see Koo giving chase there. And then just like a no-look thing there by the offense of Jacksonville, and taking advantage was Skinger. Puck sent down. Phillips did a good job pressuring, but it's taken back by Janowski. Janowski keeping his head up, trying to split the defenders of Miami. He gets blended out of the way. Puck now back on a Jacksonville stick. Sheriff Burek couldn't find the puck. Back now at the blue line. The D-to-D pass stays in the zone. No offside called. And the puck trickles out of the zone. Puck sent down the ice. Icing waved off. as Phillips go near side. Takes a hard hit. Now it's Sullivan at the blue line, and that one ricochets out of play into the netting. And an extra whistle. You may think maybe some extra. Now it'll be a defensive zone faceoff from Miami. They were very familiar with the defensive zone in the second period. Had a tough time trying to just figure out how to stop the Jacksonville offense, who's doing what they need to do to kind of close down the game. Doing a good job possessing the puck. It's just a couple offensive turnovers for Miami that have caused some issues. Gupta takes a hard hit. Jacksonville tried to find the puck, but they couldn't do so. Here comes Morin. Morin. Cross ice, they score! And Miami takes a jab at the lead. It's 3-2. Morin does a good job finding Diagardi, crossing, and the net was left wide open. Ross was too focused on Morin, and Miami makes it a 3-2 hockey game here at Miami Ice Arena. And just what Coach Tomamello's team needed. One goal 5 minutes in to the period. As that puck goes down the ice, it'll be no icing. Skinger able to get it. He takes a hard hit from the Jacksonville defender. Koo gets that one taken away by Janowski. And now here comes the Dolphins with a shot of their own. A little one-timer opportunity. Gobbled up there by Bullduck. And now to be able to make a nice little nifty backdoor shot. Diagardi with his second of the year. And now Miami with the chance to potentially tie the game. But Jacksonville has been familiar in this offensive zone, and we've seen what they've been able to do on offense tonight. Staples able to get it low. And this is a Miami AC/DC team that has really had a lot of plug-and-play kind of players. Coach Tomamello likes to really switch it up a little bit. He sometimes plays some of the D3 level, sometimes plays them at the AC/DC level. And we're seeing a good mix of them tonight as Gupta tries to get one high. It goes a little errant, a little redirect try. Now it's Rocket inside. They score. They score. Yes. No, they don't. Excuse me. They do not score. I was confused with the official call there, but it looks like the official's gonna get a cross check. That's gonna be on Jack Staples heading to the box, but we'll see on the replay here. It's a good job, Rocket. Look at that great move, but look behind the play. Jack Staples was right on the doorstep. It was a good play, but Miami does not end up with a goal on that one. So Miami will definitely be shaking their heads at that one, but now you got to kill off a 2-minute power play here for the Dolphins. So a total flip script. You think, hey, maybe Miami tied the game, and now Jacksonville with the chance to extend their lead. At the blue line they are now. Lentz. Now the far circle shot is saved by Bullduck. But it was an excellent move by Rocket to get around the defenseman and it will not count. So Miami now looking to reset. Lent now far circle. Back to Lent at the point. Near side. And that puck was played around with. Here comes Morin. Morin, one-on-one. Backhand, and it's saved. Kept in by Zidakis. Backhanded attempt by Zidakis is saved. And what a series for Miami's shorthanded offensive unit on the Dolphins power play. But Morin tried to go backhand. He whiffed on it, ended up finding the puck. Zidakis also had a backhanded shot of his own. And so 13 minutes remain in here in the third period, And man, Miami in the series of fun but persistent forechecking here. And now Miami will have to skate back. Brendan Stein thinks about making a change, but he doesn't. Puck goes back to neutral ice. Now Brandon Stein will make that change. On comes Skinger. Now Pelini comes in. Over to Danowski. Near side. Little misdirect shot. Ends up in the netting. 15 seconds remain on the man advantage for the Dolphins, but Miami definitely has had their fair share of shorthanded opportunities thanks to Rafael Morin, who has had himself a year as five now. And the official blows it dead. It was a battle on the near side. And Castricani shoves, giving a little push and shove there. As him and Stromke back to 4-on-4. Remember, they started the period on 4. Pretty much into it. It's a good, feel-good time for the sports programs as a whole. Miami's basketball team doing well as well. Definitely, you've seen a lot more U's than usual, with the whole city really coming out to support the sports. Right off the face-off, and Miami gets it out of the zone. Tries to find Skinger, who had the puck, and a good job defensively. Another attempt by Koo, and oh, what a great attempt it was. Sullivan able to get it in the third period of a game that has kind of been one period. It's kind of been split. You call the first period Miami's period with the 1-0 lead, and then the response from Jacksonville with the 3 unanswered. But now Miami with one of their own, but they've got to get one more if they want to tie it. Sullivan collects as well as the puck's right by the bench. Got to be careful not to get too many men. And that puck finds its way down the ice. Gupta will go D-to-D with Phillips. Phillips with Gupta, who takes a hot as he goes for one as well. Puck now behind the net. Jacksonville trying to get one in the blue paint. It is 5-on-5, so it's just going to be one of those increments. The no 4-on-4. Phillips will give chase. Sheriff Rafael Morin gets poke checked. Ferratino tries to get it with Sheriff Burek. Ferratino will try to just use his speed here to give Miami an offensive opportunity. Tries to get past it. Here comes Ferratino. Rebounds. is taken away by Jacksonville, and this puck goes all the way down the ice for an icing. See if we got that on replay, but it was a good job by Ferratino to make the defenseman commit, but Miami could not cash in. Diagardi gets past the blue line, takes a shot. It's a good job with the poke check at the blue line, and then just kind of just takes a distance try, and a good save by Ross to eliminate the pressure. Now Jacksonville trying to decide who wants to be on the ice. The officials, it looks like they're going to actually send a Dolphin to the penalty box. That time it was Pellini, one of the assistant captains of this team. So now Miami has a power play with a chance to tie this one up. Rocket now with Sudeikis. Back up to Rocket at the point. For a circle. Behind the net. Career, and Miami ties it up just seconds into the power play. Miami's been trying to get that going all night long, and it finally prevails for them. So now, a tied hockey game with over 8 minutes to play. Plenty of time for either one of these teams to control it back, but this period's been all Miami. As a hit behind the play. I think it was interference. Wait for the official call. But just as the last penalty expires, Jacksonville might find themselves in the box again, and it's going to be a trip. That is the signal. We'll see if we see it on our replay. It was right off the draw. Watch top right of your screen. It's going to be on Rocket. It was kind of a takedown almost. So it was kind of an errant hit that ends up helping Miami on another power play. A chance for Miami now to take the lead here in the third period. But this has really been the tale of periods. It's been Miami's first period, Jacksonville's second, and then Miami with two unanswered here in the third. But this is how Miami wanted to start 2026 with some fireworks. As Morin tried to split the defender, couldn't find it in his skates. Now at the blue line, Ferratino, and a hard hit put on Morin there. Now behind the net's Diagardi, who had a goal moments ago on the power play. Rocket now at the point. Ferratino at the high circle. Ferratino waits, pivots, fires, and it's saved by Ross. Ferratino tries to make a nifty move, but gets the puck turned over. Here come the Dolphins. Rocket giving chase, and that puck does not hit the net. Here comes Rocket. Miami makes a change. They had four guys on the ice. Rocket tried to drop it back, but it was disrupted and sent out of the zone. Only 30 seconds remain now in the man advantage. Miami really hasn't shown a whole lot in this power play, as they were trying to get changes, as that one goes way high. Ends up towards the soccer playing Miami Hurricanes D3 team that will play the D2 team of FAU at 8 p.m. Don't want to miss this one. Right after that. Right after this game, again with Harrison Steinberg, who's making his appearance as on the call as well as the players and officials on the power play. Puck won back by Jacksonville, quickly down for Gupta. No, it's Skinger, who couldn't find his teammate, and penalty expires, so Miami unable to capitalize and take a lead. And Jacksonville now with a offensive presence of their own. But Miami's done a good job defensively, really limiting Jacksonville. It was a poor defensive period for Miami in the second, and they've come out and looked like a different team here in the third. Castricani. A hard hit behind the play, and Castricani is going to go to the box. That was one of those hard finishing hits by Castricani. We'll see if our replay picked it up. It was kind of in transition. You'll see, yep, right down low, right at the red line. And now Miami will be on the penalty kill for 2 minutes, and we're under 6 minutes here in the third, so it's starting to become crunch time, and this can be a crucial power play here for Jacksonville, who can potentially take the lead back. Been 2 lead changes in this game. Pelini goes D to D with Janowski. Janowski at the point. Takes a shot, fires, ricochets out of play. Just 9 seconds shaved off from that possession. Janowski back to Pelini. Janowski, far circle. Takes a turnaround try. Blocked off of Phillips in a great play defensively. Pelini falls. Back up top to Janowski. Gets that one blocked, and Morin tries to give chase. Morin elects to play possession, but it ends up falling into the bench as he was trying to pass it off the boards. Minute 25 remains here in the man advantage for the Dolphins. This has been all and then some of a game between these two teams. Staples able to find the puck off a Dolphin stick. He couldn't quite find the puck though. Tries to find it back. He's kind of just disrupting and draining power play time for the Dolphins, so the Miami Hurricanes will definitely take that as Pelini comes up. Drops it back. Janowski at the point, takes a shot. Blocker to side, rebound, score! Miami goes down, and a great job on the rebound by Pelini to take the lead back. James Pelini. And Jacksonville takes the lead back. You're going to watch, it's a point try by Janowski, and then the loose change is just picked up by James Pelini. The Pelini brothers really all over that power play. It was like I was playing Pelini every 5 seconds, and eventually they make the Hurricanes pay. So now it becomes a whole different game now for both of these two teams, because now Miami comes back and they have to try to chip and get back in the game. Down 1 with 4 minutes to go. Talk about when do you pull your goaltender as well. Ferratino tried to split the 2 Jacksonville defenders. Gets back to the point. Gupta, high circle. Takes a shot, blocked. Rocket. Back over for Ferratino. Couldn't find the puck, but he somehow beats the defenders. More with the shot, and saved by Ross. Ferratino, it just sticks to his stick, the puck. You'll watch it here. Is somehow able to find that puck, able to keep it in the zone. Puck's put on net, and a good save by Ross. Under 4 minutes to play. Diagardi right on the doorstep to Morin, and a good save by Ross. This is the Miami team that's looking a lot more aggressive as they try to tie this one back up. able to get it ahead for Morin. Morin over to Ferratino, who loses the puck. In a game full of all kinds of newcomers for Miami and new opponents, this one's really... Salvi gets it past the red line, shoots it down low. Under 3 minutes to play. Sharaburek gives it to Phillips. Phillips will skate up past the... Shot put on net. Rebound attempt is sent away. And now there's a whistle and some crowd noise as well. The crowd is still very much filled in, as it looks like it's going to be another offensive zone draw for Miami, but it looks like Coach Tomamello is going to use his timeout here. By Coach Tomamello. I'm not going to lie, I did not even notice. Let's see if our camera can get this. This is pretty common here at Kendall Ice Arena in multiple of our games. I thought there was a timeout called. It was actually and it fell onto the ground. So now the players will just get kind of a timeout, I guess you could say, as the players try to get this figured out. And it is a new management, so it'll be fun to see how they tackle this.
Well, they are renovating the ice rink, so.
They are renovating, yep. Yeah, it's going to be a whole new look here. It's going to be the massive view. I'm looking forward to the massive view and them set this thing back up, the ice, or the glass panel. This could be dicey. Looks like they got it in the slot. But this is a timeout that Miami could take advantage of. Almost a, hey, when do you want to maybe pull your goaltender? You got the time, as some applause from the crowd as the glass, because of a glass pallet issue, and we resume play. Team's still waiting, though. Looks like Miami knows what they want to do, but Jacksonville's taking this time to really collect themselves and get ready for this last 2 minutes and 26 seconds. It'll be an offensive zone draw for Miami on the near circle. It's going to be Fenatino in to take the draw. He loses it back from Pelini. Puck goes out of the zone, and Phillips will give chase. Phillips to Morin. And now there's 2 minutes remaining with a distance stride from the blue line. Goes too high. Zadakis tries to find the puck. And the puck is taken out by Sullivan. Sullivan able to still just drain this clock. A minute 30 now for the Hurricanes. Creeping out of his crease is Bulldog. Bulldog thinking about it. Stays in the crease. He goes. 6 on 5. Zadakis chips it down low on the backhands. And Jacksonville will play the puck. Now it's up to Zadakis to make a defensive play. The backhand, they score! Nick Namov puts the ice on this one. And Jacksonville's going to come out of here with a W. It was a good job defending takes 2-goal lead. And with 59.8 seconds remaining, Miami will have to pull off a miracle here. Try to get one back. But an excellent job by Jacksonville. They allowed 2 unanswered here in the third. It was a 3-3 hockey game. Puck goes in the back of the net. They take the lead with 4 minutes remaining. And then Miami just had no more juice left for the Dolphins. So the Dolphins team that Miami will face tomorrow as well. And it'll be a fun one for sure, as the Dolphins will try to play out the last 40 seconds or so. Lent will play it up. But if this is a game for Miami's AC/DC team where you saw the right direction. They've struggled a lot this year, or I should say this past year. So lots of positives, but man, you could have had this team right where you wanted them. But Jacksonville, credit to Jacksonville. They've done an excellent job tonight on offense, as there's a one-time chance. And winners here at Miami Ice Arena. They'll take the first game of this series. These two teams will take on each other tomorrow at 1 as well. And Miami will look to come back stronger tomorrow. For Miami's D3 team, ACHA taking on the Division II team of FAU ACHA. So that will be a fun one right on YouTube right here at 8 p.m. puck drop. And we'll be back here live at 8 p.m. for the D3 matchup with Miami and FAU. We look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.